It's mimicking the Galaxy S7 and S8 packaging. Now, taking a look back, this is what we got, the generations of clones with the Galaxy S8. We had the original Batman phone, and this one, I think this was Olympic phone. And progressively, the displays did get better. Eventually, it was an 18:9 display. It wasn't, super great, but pretty close to the real deal, just a little bit of a thicker chin. So let's hope they made more improvements to this other than just reskinning the Galaxy S8 clone. Officially, we've got 8 megapixel selfie camera, IP68 water resistance, 64 gigabytes, 6 gigabytes of RAM. Looks like they were following up on the rumors because that is what's rumored to happen. Rounded corners, Quad HD, an earphone tuned by AJG. I think they meant to write AKG, but all right, there's already a dead giveaway. This is a clone. Regardless, let's jump in. So this slides off, and inside, let's check it out. So it's upside down in the box to begin with. And it's not very pretty. This packaging, oh man, they get this wrong. If they want to go for the experience that Samsung delivers, they really got to step this game up. But regardless, we do have a little placeholder sticker here, Galaxy S9 Plus. And man, that is heavy, like super heavy. This feels like a brick in your hands. It's quite thick for what it is. And ooh, looks like we got another Olympic phone here, the SH. Okay, let's peel this front one off. So this looks pretty identical actually to the Galaxy S8 version on the front. It's got some thick bezels. I thought they were going, forward with the bezel reduction, not backwards and making them even thicker. It is still an 18:9 display, so I guess that's good. Button placement. Oh wow, it comes turned on already and activated. That's convenient. They save you the hassle of having to go through the activation. On the back, as you can see, there is that dual pixel camera, dual lens, and the new flash placement on the right with the heart rate sensor. So all of this most likely is fake. I mean, I can already tell the bottom one definitely, there's no way that's real. It just looks like a piece of plastic. Over here, very, very likely that is not a real heart rate sensor. And it's got a bunch of junk down here that Samsung will definitely not do. So dead giveaway on the outside that this thing isn't real, but it does have a rough impression of it. I've just seen these floating around the internet where people are claiming they have the Galaxy S9 already. Definitely not the real deal. Okay, what do we got on the front here? So we do have the interface from the S8, and the home button can be pressed, but not 3D touch. Comes with a wallpaper saying Galaxy S9 Plus. Very nice, all right. Swipe screen to unlock. And it's in the phone app. Looks like someone was trying to desperately call for help before the phone got packaged. Okay, so let me go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi real quick. All right, guys, and here it is. So let me turn the brightness up. As you can see, they did mimic these settings from the official Galaxy. Got that going here. And let's check out the display, how bright it gets. Usually these don't, go very bright. So brightness level. Oh, wow, that's it. That is it. Not very bright. So I thought that it would be a little bit more visible, but it's pretty dim for a clone. Although the quality, the resolution is quite good, so I can make out a lot of details, sharpness in there. That alone is pretty decent. It does have a slight curve going on the edge of the display, so as to mimic sort of an edge feeling. It does have the edge swipe in here. So they did do well on the design, but it just is chunkier. I mean, the Galaxy S8 standard is so thin in comparison. And if I actually grab a Galaxy S8 Plus, you can see that size-wise, they are almost identical. It's just the screens end in different places there on both the top and the bottom. With this wallpaper, it's kind of hard to see that, but yeah, that's pretty ugly for a chin down there. Otherwise, let's check out the software, see how closely they imitated that. So we do have a swipe up to go into the menu, and everything is pretty responsive for a clone. I'm not used to seeing this sort of responsiveness. It's pretty snappy, I'd say. So going into the settings, let's check out what version this is running of Android. And Android 7.0, 8 core, highly doubt that. So we do have that edge swipe, and you are able to go through multiple pages here, set your own shortcuts. They did mimic that pretty well. Over here, it has the Bixby interface, so if I hold the Bixby button, it'll bring that up. I do wonder if you could change that on here. I think that'd be pretty cool. Pretty decent, I'd say. I mean, it's very responsive. I like that. This is Android, so it's not like they're trying to copy Android. The iPhone clones are trying to copy the skin of the iPhone, so it's pretty basic, standard, clean Android version on here. Nothing really to show you guys that they tried to mimic. But let's go ahead and see the power, raw strength of this thing, the GPU and CPU performance. While that's installing, let's check out what's in here. So, knockoff Samsung charger, headphones tuned by AGJ or AJG, USB-C. Oh yeah, this thing does have a USB-C port, so they're on track with that. Super chunky here from the bottom. And actually comparing it to the Plus versions, you can see that one's a little thicker. Still though, this one's ridiculously chunky. Placements are pretty accurate though, so compared to the Galaxy S9, this thing is going to be pretty close even before that's been released. Oh, not turned on. And actually the fingerprint sensor location seems to be pretty great. Like it's going to be better, easier accessible than the other one on the Galaxy S8 Plus. As you'll note, it's directly in the middle. You won't have to go searching for it. This one is definitely going to be a much appreciated change in the Galaxy S9. So I can't wait to use that in real life. Oh my gosh, what a overlook of detail. Over here, when you're trying to close the box, they literally did not make a slit for this little thing to go inside, so it's just flapping around here. That's literally how cheap they are with trying to produce the box. All right, so with all that installed, let's check out Geekbench 4. Show us what we have under the cover here. So 4 cores at 0 hertz. This thing is calling it out like it is. There is no octa-core processor in here. It's just for quit your BS. Those are all 0 gigahertz. On the bottom, 3 gigahertz. Highly doubt that. Android 7.0 and an MT6580 CPU, which is bottom line, completely bottom shelf. Let's see what kind of numbers we can get out of it. And that's going to be a no on the Geekbench, as the application crashed at the very end of it. I'm sure they don't want you to see the pitiful score. Although on the other hand, I did run Antutu, and this is the GPU score, 21,811. For comparison, the iPhone X gets around 200,000. So that's a 10 times difference there, and pretty in line with most clones that we're seeing. So probably no change there, although I would actually like to see the specs they listed here. And that is indeed running Android 7.0, 32-bit, a 1440 by 2560 display, which is pretty impressive. Camera 12.6 megapixels, not a chance. And RAM 3 gigabytes. No, there's no way that's 6 gigabytes. I'm sure this thing has like 1 or 2 realistically. 64 gigabytes of storage, highly unlikely. So there it is on the specs. You know, the design is there. Let's go ahead and check out a couple other things. First, the fingerprint sensor. So if it's real, because it does feel pretty genuine, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I'm able to scan my fingerprint. So let's see if that actually works. Oh shoot. If I place my finger on it, it does sense that my finger is there, but there's no way that it just scanned my fingerprint that easily. So I'm sure it's a dud, just a touch sensor. So let's give it a test here. I'm gonna lock the phone, and with the fingerprint on the back,